Shalom. Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wakar, Godosh. And I want to give double honor to the others of GMS and to the brother out there that's doing the work in faithful and in truth. Honor you, brother. And I'm going to read Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. And then and I'm going to tell this video, America's future is only going to be chaos and destruction. America's future is chaos and destruction. Because that's what is going to be the future of the United States of America. And I'm going to read it on verse 3 in Ecclesiastes chapter 12. In the day when the keeper of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bind himself, and the grinder cease, because they are few. Because as you already see, you know, the economy is not doing good here in America. And very soon there's going to be a big financial crisis that's going to take place here in the United States of America. It's going to be a major event, a financial shutdown that's going to happen here in the U.S. And a lot of you people are not seeing it. And so much people are now being laid off, and there's not enough job going around. You know? And then you got a lot of people who are planning ahead in the future and looking out the window to see what the future is going to be like. But when you look out the window, all you're going to see is darkness. All you're going to see is anarchy and chaos, destruction. That's what you're going to see in your future. Here you are in the U.S., you're working so hard, going to school for 6 years, 7 years, or 8 years for how many years you're going to school for whichever major, and then you finally complete your goal and you get your degree, only to find out that the future that you played ahead is not the future that's going to come to pass. The future that you were talking about is not the future that's going to come into fruition. Because all you're going to see in your future is nothing more than destruction. You're going to realize that you wasted all your time for no reason getting those degrees. Going to college to try better yourself ain't going to mean nothing anymore. Doesn't mean nothing anymore because this country is going down. Why waste your time? Allow you to go into college. We allow you to go into college to get a master's degree. Why would you stop going to college? Because you're only going to end up in debt and more debt. And there's no way America is ever going to fix itself from this major financial crisis that's coming. And when it does come, it's going to make the Great Depression that happened in 1929 looks like nothing. Because when the Great Depression happened, there was a lot of people that went out of work, that got laid off, and a lot of business that got shut down. People was starving, and during that Great Depression, many people were starving and crying and begging for help. America barely made it out alive from that Great Depression that happened in 1929. And likewise, the same thing is going to happen here in America. And it says in verse 4, and the door shall be shut in the street when the sound of the grinding is low. And the door all getting shut in the street because you notice that a lot of businesses and big businesses are getting shut down. They're going out of business. Many stores, as you see here, it says going out of business. You're going to see a lot of this sign in your door, in your job one day. One day, a lot of you jakes and the rest of you average heathen nation that's living here in America, that's coming here to make it big, you're going to wake up one day to go to work, you're going to find a lot of signs that say going out of business. You're going to see a lot of those signs posted at the door of your work, saying that going out of business. Hell, your manager may even send you a letter and note saying that the company just got bankrupt. You know? And a lot of you people are going to be out of job. Because when the scripture said, and the door shall be shut in the street when the sound of grinding is low, you know, and that's what's going to happen. And that's, as you see here, that's exactly what's going on. You're going to see more of that every single day. Stores being shut down, hospitals being shut down, you know. Many popular stores like Walmart and Target, you're going to see certain stores, even grocery food stores, you're going to get shut down. You're going to start seeing that a lot on here in America. Because we are in that final day. And in America is about to enter into another Great Depression, and which this time the United States of America cannot fix itself, cannot save itself from it. And you people put your trust in Donald Trump, you know, because Donald Trump said that he's going to make America look great again. He's going to make America looks great again. But that's all a lie that Donald Trump is telling you people. Because Donald Trump is not going to make America look great again. Donald Trump is going to make America look 10 times worse than it already is. There's nothing your president, Donald Trump, or the next president after him can do to bail this country out of his debt situation, out of this financial economy breakdown that's coming here. And I got an article. Shalaki Akim, and I got an article. There you go. Right here, this article. The name of the article is called "The U.S. Economy Collapse. What Will Happen? How to Prepare." He said the U.S. economy collapse. What will happen? How to prepare? Well, I'll put it like this. You know, if you want to prepare, I mean, if the only way you could prepare is if the Most High Yahushua is with you. You know, you could prepare all you want, but the spirit of Yahushua is not with you on that day. There's no way in hell you're gonna make it to that chaos, to that destruction that's coming here in America. The future of America ain't going to be looking too good. You know, the future of America is going to be chaos, destruction. You know, sorrow. It's going to be a living hell here in the United States of America. It's going to be a terrible place to live at, And when that day happened, and you people are not seeing it, but that time is already close. That time is already near. And in this article, when you go down, you just look for the main point here. And this article, when it goes down, it kind of gives you 6 scenarios of what will happen when the economy collapse. And I'm trying to see if that's the right article. Slacky, I'm just looking for the article here. I thought that was it. You know, but I'm going to read this anyway. The U.S. economy collapse. What will happen? How to prepare? It says, if the U.S. economy collapse, it will happen quickly. No one will predict it. That because the signs of imminent failure are difficult to see. For example, the U.S. economy almost collapsed on September 17, 2008. That's the day the Reserve Primary Fund broke the buck. Panic investors withdrew a record of $140 billion from money market account where businesses keep cash to fund day-to-day operation. Because what's going to happen here, you know, what's going to happen is it's going to be a major issue that's going to take place in America. Oh, there you go out here. Oh, this is the point I want to bring out. Because a collapse did happen in 2008, and in this time America was able to bail itself out with the stimulus packages. You know, that so-called stimulus package that Obama told the world, you know, about the stimulus package, how he was, and that stimulus package is him putting out a lot of money for the Federal Reserve, you know, which of course is going to cause hyperinflation. And that's how this country was able to bail itself out with due to the stimulus package plan that Obama came up with to bail this company out from falling. Because America was already on its way down from economic collapse. And that's the future of America. You know? And in this article, he said, when would the U.S. economy collapse? In this article, he kind of gives you 6 scenarios of what may happen, which would cause the crashing of the United States economy. And I'm going to read you the 6 scenarios. And that's exactly what's going to happen too. He says in scenario number 1, if the U.S. rapidly loses value, it will create hyperinflation. And that's what's happening right now. The U.S. dollar is creating hyperinflation because the U.S. dollar is being devalued right now. And when you go to the store, you notice that everything keeps going up. Everything keeps going up in the store. Food prices going up, your apartment's going up, your rent is going up, insurance, everything's going up. And it's not looking in the future of America. It's not looking too good right now as we speak. And for those of you people that's making plans to come to the U.S., it'll be better if you just stay back in your homeland instead of coming here. Because if you come here, all you're gonna see is death. Because that's what's coming here for America in the near future, death and destruction, to allow you people that's living in the U.S. And the only people that's gonna make it out of that situation are the elect men. You know, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and the rest of the Ephraimite tribes. With the Lion tribe and the Indian tribes, they're the ones that's gonna make it out of that situation when that day come. And then also number 1, the U.S. dollar rapidly lose value. It will create hyperinflation, which is happening right now. And then in verse 2, in scenario 2, a bank could force bank to close or even go out of business, cutting off lending and even cash withdrawal. Let me read it one more time, Akim. A bank, 1, could force banks to close or even go out of business, cutting off lending and even cash withdrawal, because that is like what's going to happen. And it has happened before, back then, a while back, when the Bank of America, when people try to get the money out of the Bank of America will never get the money back. And it's going to happen again. This time out of global scale. People going to try to want in to get their money out of the bank. All the bank's going to do is shoot blank. You're not going to be able to lend any money. You're not going to be able to get any money out of the ATM machine because the bank is going to get shut down. So what are you going to do on those days? How are you going to survive without no money? And furthermore, your money is going to be worthless anyway. Even to withdraw as many as $1,000, $1 billion out of your bank account, on that day when the dollar collapses, it's going to be worthless. So what would be the point? And in scenario number 3, he says that the internet could become paralyzed with a super virus preventing email and online transaction. Of course, that's why Esau was said for a virus attack. That's why the internet shut down. No, Esau is going to be the one that's going to cause the internet to be shut down. Because when that day come, the so-called white men, the Rothschild, the elite, they're going to push that button, to for all that even to take place. And they think that it's in their plan that everything is progressing, so they could push that martial law and so that they could force that RFID chip. But little do they realize the Most High is the one that's in control of everything. The Most High is the one that's pushing the spirit on them Edomite to do what they need to do so prophecy could be fulfilled. And when they shut down the internet, you're not gonna be able to access the internet anymore. For a lot of you niggas that was scoffer, that was talking shit, you're gonna find out, because the scripture did said that there should be a famine of bread, and the famine of bread symbolizes the famine of the word. He said not of, it's like me paraphrase quickly. He said not a famine of bread, but a famine of the word. Because there's gonna be a point in time where when you niggas, you scoffer, are gonna desire to see the men of the Lord, but you're not gonna see them. You're gonna try to want into the internet, but the internet is gonna get shut down. You're not gonna be able to contact them to your email, not gonna go to yourself to get in touch with your family. Everything's gonna get closed down. And that's when you niggas and you scoffers out there gonna realize that there have been a prophet among you. And he says right here in scenario number 4, he says a terrorist attack or a massive oil embargo could halt interstate truck. Grocery store will soon run out of food, because if a terrorist attack or any major event were to happen, which would cost the truck to deliver the food, what would happen to the supermarket? The supermarket store, the food in the shelf in the supermarket would be empty. And it's going to be bad for every person here in America. when it comes to get supply from the store, because if the gas prices goes up, the truck will stop delivering food, and when the truck start delivering food, that means there's gonna be nothing in the shelf, and the food in the shelf usually will last for like 3 days, and after 3 days, that's it. It's going to be rough out there for a lot of you people here in America who think that this country is going to continue forever. It's going to be rough for a lot of you people, many of you Jakes. You know, because there's going to be a point in time when the dog collapses and the truck don't deliver food, you Jakes are going to be rushing to the supermarket to try to get as much as you can. It's going to be rough, and a lot of you ain't going to have pity on nobody, because it's going to be everyone for themselves out there. And that scenario that he's talking about is going to happen. You know, there may be a terrorist attack. Esau may use a false terrorist attack by blowing up some shit to cause people to panic and react. And the solution, martial law and RFID chip, and something like that is going to happen. You know. And he says in the scenario number 5, he said widespread violence or war across the nation that could win from inner city, riot and civil war, or foreign military attack. It's possible that a combination of these events could overwhelm the government ability to prevent or respond to a collapse, because it's going to happen. There will be a collapse. There will be a major collapse, a financial shutdown that's coming here in America. There's going to be a major collapse. And for those of you who don't believe it, you will see it on that day, and then you will regret not taking heed. And he says in 2 Israel chapter 15, verse 15, he says, for the sword and destruction draw nigh, because that's the future of America. The sword and destruction draw nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another, and sword in their hand. For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. Just like he said in that scenario. Number 5, he said widespread violence or war across the nation that could win from inner city, riot, a civil war, because there is going to be a civil war. But the one thing they forgot to mention is waste war, because there is going to be a waste war too. It's going to be a major battle. Meanwhile, you have America out there fighting the war. But at the same time, there's going to be a major World War III that's going to happen right inside the United States of America. People are going to be fighting one another. Every nation against one another. And he says, for there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their king nor princess, and the course of their actions should stand in their power. Because that's what's coming here in America. That's good. That's what's going to happen. And he says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, because when the economy collapses and everything gets shut down, people are going to panic. When they start panicking, they're going to start rioting in the street. And then when the food supply runs low, they're going to start going from neighbor to neighbor and start killing one another for the lack of bread, for the lack of food. That's what's coming here. And he says, a man in verse a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, because the martial law scene, the military is going to be involved, and they're going to start winding people up, putting people in behind fences, and no, you would be able to leave your city, to leave where you're at, to go see your family. That's what's coming here in America. That's America's future. When you look out the window, that's what you're going to see. That's that darkness that's coming here in America. You know? And he says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Because a lot of you buffed off, wolf, wannabe thug niggas out there, and all you other men out there who think that you're tough. We'll see how tough you are in those days. We'll fight your house shall backing you up. And he says in verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their good because of the lack of bread for great tribulation. You see? Great tribulation. As he mentioned right here. He says widespread violence and war across the nation is going to happen throughout all the nations, throughout all the world. Mainly here in America. That could win from inner city, riot, a civil war, or foreign military attack, because all that is going to take place. And And then they're going to fight against their own government. Civil war is going to happen. You people have no idea just how bad this situation is going to be for the United States of America. And in verse 6, scenario 6, he says, some believe the Federal Reserve, the president, or international conspiracy are driving the United States toward economy ruin. If that's the case, the economy could collapse in as little as a week. I would hope the economy collapses right away. Because that's the sign that means that we're about to go home. I don't want to wait for this kingdom to last. I want this kingdom to come down as soon as possible. He said that because he won on the confidence that debt will be repaid, food and gas will be available when you need it, and that you get paid for this week work. If a large enough piece of that stops for even several days, it creates a chain of reaction that leads to a rapid collapse. Because, like I said, that is America's future. America's future is going to be chaos and destruction. Chaos and destruction. There ain't no hope for anyone that's living here in America. Here in America, no hope for you people that's coming in the United States to live out your dream, to make something big out of yourself. You best better stay at home to avoid what's coming in the United States, because America very soon is about to be the most third world poorest country in the world when all hell breaks loose. It's gonna be just like in the Middle East. School buses being blown up, buildings being blown up, all that's going to come here to the U.S. And you people who are blinded, who are scoffers, you all going to be in for a rude awakening. You all going to be in for a rude awakening. Especially you, Jake, who are being a goddamn scoffer and not taking heed to the warning that the border that the other Germans are bringing to you. Not taking the heed of the one that the border is telling you every day. When they're out there in the street in the media, you have been given a warning, and the blood you wash off our hand. So with that, I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wakar, Kodosh, and I want to give double honor to the elders of JMS and to the brother out there that's doing the work in faith and in truth. Honor to you, brother. With that, I'm going to say shalom.